Hey y'all, hey. Your girl is getting a late start on this video today. I am literally pulling from the lights in my car. But yeah, I'm not trying to be out here too long because I have a lot of stuff to do to prepare for work tomorrow. In order to teach these children and these students. But I just want to come on here and quickly say, y'all, first of all, when it comes to HBCUs, honey, when it comes to HBCUs and the homecomings, there is nothing like it at all. And your girl, I've just been trying to get back out there and get back into the groove of things after all these years. And give myself the energy and the personality and the aura and the booster upper, pretty much, to get back out there and just start doing things, even if it's by myself. I mean, I'm no stranger to doing things by myself. I've had no choice. But sometimes I can let like awkwardness or the thought of being awkward out there by myself in these streets, I can let that get the best of me until the point where I'm not living, right? But life is for the living. So if I'm still walking around here and if the Lord is still waking me up every day, my responsibility is to live, right? Live to the fullest, but live responsibly under the covenant of Christ. And so yesterday, Saturday, October 26th, 2024, it was Prairie View homecoming. If you're not familiar with Prairie View, it is an HBCU here in Texas, and it is rivals with the other HBCU here that's located right in Houston, which is Texas Southern University. And so they are rivals, but it's all fun. First of all, I had an amazing weekend. Yesterday was a very busy day for me, but I got all my business taken care of. Work hard and then play harder, or work hard and then play later. So y'all know the motto. So got all my work and necessary things accomplished and done yesterday before I headed out. But when I got there, so first of all, I drove by myself because I don't have nobody to go with. So I drove there by myself, but I drove there by myself not just stupidly, right? My coworker, who's also an educator, we teach the same grade level, he actually graduated from the HBCU, along with, honestly, the majority of teachers at my school have graduated from this HBCU. So that lets you know that majority of the teachers are black, if not all black, minus the bilingual teachers. They're the only Spanish specs in that school. Everybody else is predominantly black educators. So all of them, for the most part, graduated from Prairie View A&M, with an exception of a few. I am part of that exception. I did not graduate from an HBCU. Unfortunately, I went to Mississippi State University, and I graduated from there, which is a PWI, aka a predominantly white institution. And so that's where I graduated from. First of all, let me tell y'all, first of all, rewind it back. Take that, rewind it back. Okay, look, I drove by myself, going back to that, with the intention of meeting my coworker there. He's in a fraternity, Phi Alpha fraternity. And so he had already told me, because I had talked to him the night before, and I'm like, bro, if I drive down here to your homecoming, don't leave me stranded at all. So my expectations for people, they are very like low bar, low standard. And this is not to be offensive, but after you've been kind of like disappointed for so long, you're not gonna have a high standard with people. So I, outside of my best friend that passed and the one that lives in Georgia, I have very low expectations for people. It's kind of my own way of protecting myself from disappointment, from feeling hurt, and from making my mind go to all these different types of places that it shouldn't be going, like overthinking and stuff like that. So I don't set the bar high. And that's kind of like my protective thing for myself. So when I drove down there, I was like, this boy probably not going to answer his phone. He's not going to do this. He's not going to, all this communication we've been doing up until the day of, I bet it's not going to even happen like that. But he did tell me before going down there, he was like, the service out here is horrible, which it is, because it's in a very isolated town, as are all college towns for the most part. Sorry, y'all. As are most college areas, right? And so You kind of have like back roads, dirt roads, all of those things. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Pardon me, y'all. I don't know where all this cough is coming from right now. but yeah. So he was like, so when you get here upon your arrival, just call me because I may not get your text. I was like, okay, bet. But come to find out, oh my goodness, y'all, when I got there, the drive was smooth sailing. I had a beautiful drive, very beautiful scenery. It was daybreak, had lighting, all beautiful, right? As I get there and I park, right when I park, the sun starts to set. So now we just went from daybreak, 6 o'clock, to room, immediate 7 o'clock, lights out, dark time, right? So I park, walk to the thing. By the grace of God, let me tell y'all how God worked. First of all, see, I don't be scared. I don't be scared for real, how I used to be. My scared thing is like just getting sick because I'm around so many other people and I don't know what people are carrying. That's my thing. But just going out and about and being in that environment with my people, with just beautiful Black individuals, it's amazing. I don't fear that, right? Even though I know we can get a little ignorant sometimes, that is not my fear. And I always pray. I pray before I leave the house. I prayed the whole time while I was on the road. I prayed when I parked, and I prayed when I parked and then had to walk to the campus. I prayed because I had to cross the street. I had to do this, and it was very busy because it was homecoming, right? So you got cars, vroom, 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 from all different directions. So I just prayed. So I got there, and it was two girls who pulled up on the side of me, and they just so happened by the time I got out and started walking, they were in front of me. But then they had ended up getting stopped by two older guys who on the go-kart, and they asked them if they wanted a ride or whatever, but they turned the ride down. They was like, no, it's okay, we'll walk. And so when they stopped, I ended up getting in front of them, and they realized I got in front of them by myself. I was by myself. And so we're walking. When we finally get to the campus, it's a big old thing that says Prairie View A&M University. So everybody know, okay, we made it to the campus. Now, which direction do we go from here? Because they were actually meeting somebody too. They were actually meeting a group of Black guys. And so actually come to find out, one of the girls, she was an AKA, and she was telling me that she flew in on Wednesday. She flew into Houston on Wednesday because they had an engineering conference. She's an engineer. And the males that she was meeting, the Black males, were also engineers. They flew in as well for the same conference. But the gentlemen, they had already beat the girls there because they knew, they're the ones who even told them about the homecoming. They knew somebody that attended Prairie View, had graduated, and they were saying, hey, y'all, if y'all out here, bro, come to my school. We have a homecoming. Like, come to my HBCU. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be turned. Y'all gonna have fun. So they end up doing that. But the girls were busy getting dressed, at being ladies, So they end up coming after. And when we got there, they asked me. They were like, "Hey, do you know like which direction we go? We trying to find the tents." I said, "Girl, y'all guess is as good as mine." I said, "I'm meeting somebody up here. I came by myself, but I'm meeting my coworker up here." I said, "Only thing I know, he's in the Alpha fraternity, and I'm trying to find that tent because he screenshotted and told me where to find, what tent to find him at." But first of all, Prairie View is huge, okay? It is huge. Any college campus, if you ask me, is huge, okay? Especially being one of the largest HBCUs there is. So I'm like, honey, he done sent me the screenshot talking about meeting him at the Alpha tent. Like, I'm familiar with this campus. I ain't been here since 2019. So, so got there, and then they was like, they asked me, like, are you by yourself? I said, I came by myself, but I'm supposed to be meeting my coworker, yada, yada, yada. And they was like, well, until you find your coworker, you're going to hang with us. You can come with us, and we'll introduce you to the people that we're linking up with or whatever. And so we got to talking, and then when we got to talking, that's how I found out where they flew in from, what they were there for, and stuff like that. So, I mean, like, God just really watches out for me. And he lets me know that it's nobody but him. And every now and then he lets me know that my angels, my loved ones who have crossed over, are actually guiding me as well. And they're protecting me as well. They're working again on the other side on our behalves down here on this earth as we still are finding our way and finding our path through this thing called life, right? On the physical side. So I'm talking to the girl, and then lo and behold, y'all, why the other girl, I was asking her, I was like, oh, so what do you do? And she was like, oh, I work for Southwest Airlines. And in my head, I'm like, of course you do. I just thought that was so funny and so like, it was such a relief, because I feel like anytime I'm like, I got a question, because the Bible say, be sober, be vigilant. Y'all already know I don't trust people like that. The only reason why I agreed to go with them, because first of all, I'm on campus. Okay, like, it's millions and millions of people out here. I will be a fool to walk with y'all to a car, though. That's what I'm not going to do, is walk with y'all to a car. And even still, they invited me to go out after, to like an after party where you have to drive back to Houston. And it was like a little lounge they went to called Adore. And I didn't even do that, because I'm like, oh no. And the girl could tell. She was like, we know it's a bit much. We know it's a stretch. We're new. You still got to meet us. We know that this is a campus where it's a lot of people. And we know you feel more comfortable here because you were actually meeting somebody. So if you don't want to come over there to Adore with us, you don't have to. And I declined that offer. I was like, yeah, I may. I said, let me stick around and try to see if I can find him, because I had never found him. We were texting the whole time. And he was like, go to the Alpha tent, go to the Alpha tent. But they wanted to walk around and find their own way and just observe and just try to get all they can before they flew out today on Sunday. So, so we did that. And by the time we found the Alpha that we can pull and say, hey, where is the Alpha tent? By the time we found him, honey, it was so late. It was probably like 2 hours after he told me to meet him at the Alpha tent. So I'm not going to blame my coworker for me not linking up with him, because he told me he was like, hey, I'm on my way to the Alpha tent. Make your way to the Alpha tent. And the same way the AKA who I met, the same way she grabbed her frat brother and was like, hey, you're an Alpha. I see your shirt. Can you guide us to the Alpha tent? I could have been did that, but I was having so much fun with them, y'all. Man, when I said I had so much fun, they were just so welcoming, so warm, so inviting. I mean, just really so down to earth and so much fun. Like, they wasn't stingy with their stuff. I had me a couple of drinks responsibly. I had me a couple of drinks early on. I had 2 little drinks and I had 2 baby shots. And that was it, because I drink and then I sober myself up before I have to get in the car. So I already knew I was drinking around 6 and 7. All right, I got to get in this car and drive back around 9:30-ish. It still didn't even get out there until 10 o'clock. So my brain starts to process, and I make myself sober up to where I can drive and be okay and not get stopped by nobody police. Okay, so I was like, I know my limit. They kept offering me more stuff. I'm like, no, I'm good. You got to be responsible. You got to tell people no. Not trying to be funny. This ain't no Cat Williams. No, for real. You got to tell people no, or else you would just overindulge and stuff. But I know me by now. I know I don't like to get to that state. I have been to that state in my college life. I have been to that state 2 or 3 times post-college life, and it's not a good state to be in, to where you just puking all over the place, or your head is dizzy, you spinning, you feel like you out of control, like you out your body, and you have control over nothing. I don't like it. So I know my limit, and I know what mellows me out to where I'm in a chill space, I'm in a cool spot, and I can still maintain. So yeah, I was drinking and stuff. I had a good time with them, and it was just so fun. But it's just like, I love how God orchestrated that for me, and how he chose them out of anybody else and made sure that I was safe and sound with them, to be in their presence and to be in their company. And when I say y'all, this is the main point I was trying to get to. 1, God covered me with that. 2, he covered me on my way home. 3, he covered them because I checked on them to make sure they were safe and sound, and I told them to have a great flight out, and I got a response. So I said, tell the guys, I said the same thing for them. I hope they have a great flight out, and it was so amazing meeting them and hanging out with y'all. And the girl texted me back, and she was like, you were such a joy to be around. I'm so glad you decided to stick it out with us. And she was like, we really enjoyed your presence and your company, and your aura was bomb. I know. Thank y'all. But not everybody gets to experience that, because everybody should not experience that. Everybody shouldn't get all of you. And they didn't even get all of me. But the part that they did get, that's just a sample of all of me. And so when people just pick up on that about me, I love it, because I'm just like, thank you, God, because you're the one who created me to be like this. And thank you, God, for allowing other people to experience my aura, and allow me to feel safe enough to allow those certain people to feel that aura from me. So he just protected me through and through. through and he confirmed that, hey, your angels on the other side are protecting you too. Because when that girl says Southwest Airlines, that is literally like a confirmation that my best friend is kind of like somewhere in the midst as well. So I'm like, her spirit must be here. And literally, even my mama, I have my mama to the point where when she's driving, she look up in the sky to watch out for Southwest Airline planes. And I'm not saying every time we see a Southwest Airline, blah, blah. I'm not saying every time we see a Southwest Airline plane, that means my best friend's spirit is here. I'm just saying like that always puts us in the mind frame of her. So we're always going to see them, Lord willing, you know, and it's just always a reminder of her. And so that's something I connect to her with. So spiritually, anytime somebody says that or whatever, it's just like, oh, okay, I know she's here. But nobody has ever told me that. Nobody was like ever told me, oh, I work for Southwest Airlines. And the way that the girl said it, I was just like, oh my gosh, my homegirl have her hands over all this, because the way that she said it with such an energetic spirit. It was almost as if she was close to saying it like my homegirl that passed away. And I was just like, that put me at so much ease to continue walking around the campus with them. Because honey, let me tell you, if my discernment would have said otherwise, I would have been like, oh, y'all good, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and just try to find him right now. Baby, I walked that whole thing with them. When I say I had the time of my life, I had the time of my life. I had more fun with them than I did going with somebody who I knew in 2019. But I had so much fun though. And then what else? Oh, then let me tell y'all, this is why I have to stay off social media, because social media, they only portray like half of the story. And social media will have your mind so screwed up and so messed up and so effed up to the point where it's just like, God, I thank you for allowing me to be able to control and know when I need to get off social media. Because I used to get in these dazes of like confusion and frustration when I was seeing like all these interracial couples. And of course, your algorithm is going to pump that stuff, because that's how the enemy works. He's going to pump stuff that he feels like you don't want to see. And it's not that I don't want to see it, but it's just almost becomes to a point where it is disappointing, because where's the black love? Like, do black men not really value or love black women anymore? So it makes you question. And then with me, I can overthink instantly, like instantaneously. So I'm like, all these thoughts I will have in one setting, and my mind would just be like overwhelmed. So there's multiple reasons, multiple factors as to why I step away from social media. It's just a plethora of reasons as to why I pull back and step away from social media. Now, do I step away entirely? No, I may go on there and check. I'll probably go to the same 5 people's story. Look at my favorite NBA player story, his wife, his kids, make sure they're all right. Look at a few people I know from college, and I get myself off, because I don't want to be filtered or brainwashed with all this ignorant and bad negative energy that the internet loves to feed. The internet will really make you believe that black people hate each other, that black women and black men hate each other. But baby, let me tell you, when I went to that HBCU homecoming, first of all, the amount of respect from black men that I got there, I was just overwhelmed. Like, I was blown away in the most positive way. And it literally brought tears to my eyes to see us in a setting, getting along, no fussing, no fights, no ignorant stuff. Nobody was acting belligerent. I mean, just beautiful. It was like a black heaven. Like, if you want to know what heaven looks like, just look at you and me. That's how I felt. I was just like, oh my gosh. I'm like, because we were like in the thick of it. We were actually on the side that I never even been to. I didn't even go to that side in 2019. That's how big that school is. I didn't even know that side existed. I was on one side, and I stayed on one side in 2019 at the homecoming. I didn't even know the other side was there. And when I say, I was like, why did I not know about this side in 2019? Why? Man, it was so fire, y'all. Like, it was so lit. It was just a beautiful thing to see. The only thing I hate about homecomings is that they all happen and occur in the month of October. I don't know why they set it out like that, but it's so impossible to go to every homecoming in 1 month. Impossible. And I'm not about to strain myself to do it and to make all of them in 1 month. I don't know. Maybe one day I'm going to try to do 2 in 1 month. But because I really want to go to Howard. But, man, I really hate that. Even PWIs, they are all in the month of October. So it's very hard to be here. That's the only thing I can't stand about it. About homecoming in October, because that's it. Hold on, I'm looking at this car. Oh, okay, they going in there. All right now. But yeah, so I was just like, oh my gosh. I mean, the amount of compliments I got. Dudes were stopping from left to right. I was just like, oh my goodness. And even the girl, even one of the girls, they were from St. Louis. And one of the girls was like, man, she was like, man, Houston have some beautiful black women. And she said, and look at y'all men, they are fine. I was like, girl, I said, well, I stay in the house in my little cocoon. And I said, I'm just as outdone as you. They are fine. And let me go on the record and say this, y'all, to my black men, I really do see how it is hard for y'all to just choose one beautiful black woman, because I'm not gonna lie. To God be with you, to God the glory, and to God the blessings. For those of you who are married, consider yourself blessed and highly favored, because that means that black man loved you so much to marry you, and that black woman loved you so much to marry you. Out of all the millions, thousands, hundreds, billions of black people that are out here, they chose you. Because when I was looking from left to right, now I don't know if these black men are from Houston. I just know they go to a school in Texas, which is an hour away from Houston, a HBCU, an hour away from Houston. People come from all over. Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco's daughter, crossed Alpha Kappa Alpha at that university, at Prairie View A&M University. So I'm sure she was probably there for homecoming. I didn't see her. If I did see her, I probably didn't even recognize that it was her. But she attends that university. So I'm sure she was out there having a good old time with her sorors. But when I say I was looking around, so like people come from all over, so you can't just say, oh, these are Houston men, that's fine. But when I say them black men out there were fine, and I don't even like dudes with dreads. I don't even like dudes with dreads at all. I'm a nice, clean cut fade, see your waves, see what God blessed you with type of black woman. But when I say them people had they dreads so nice and crispy, so clean, nice edge up, like you can tell they kept up with their upkeep, like they were clean. You can tell their cleanliness and their what's the word I'm looking for? You can just tell that they were clean. I was just like, oh, wait, these black men are fine. Where have I been? I got to get out more. See, this is why I came out. I got to get out more. And my coworker, black man with dreads, very well upkept. He because of his fraternity anyway, he has to represent himself well at all times. Like his outfits be on point, his fashion be on point. You can tell his confidence be on point. I mean, everything, his mannerism, his aura, he's very respectful, everything. And I was like, oh my gosh, like it really hit me as to how black men or men in general have a hard time or really have a challenge or struggle with choosing one person. For women, it's easy. I think we're more easy. Like for me as a real true black woman, when I'm with you, I am with you. I do not care about the fine men that I may see. Honest to God, truth, I be zoned in on that one person. I hone in on that one person that I'm with. If you obviously got to be fine if I'm with you and you with me. So you got to have that. First of all, not only do you have to have that, you have to have this. So that means I'm with you and then you have to have a dope bomb aura about yourself. You have to be legit. Like you have to have personality. You have to have a nice smile. You have to have all these things. So for me, I feel like when I'm with you, if I'm with you, that means you got the whole package. Like, I don't care what nobody else talking about. I don't care what nobody else got to say. I don't care if Denzel Washington could walk by here. Chris Brown could walk by here. And I will legit be like, what's good? What's up? And keep on walking. I would not be them girls that be posting, oh, I broke up with my fiance to be here. I took my fiance's money and came here on his dime. That will never be me. That will never be me because I'm not like that. But, you know, to each his own, to each their own. But I'm like, yeah, I be zoned in. But for other women, I can't speak for them. And for other men, I can't speak for them. But I legitimately see how it is hard to choose one. But like I said, for most women, anybody, any woman, a real woman that's like me, they're going to be zoned in. Like a lot of the black females that I know who are now married and stuff, I can tell you right now, they are obsessed with their husbands, like in a good way. Like they love their men down, okay? And they don't think about nobody else. Of course, they probably be like, this person is attractive. Again, we are human. Again, we're not stupid. We're not blind by the grace of God. We can see, right? For those of us who can, to God be the glory. We can see. We have eyes. We're very visual beings. So, of course, I'm not going to sit up there and be like, oh, Chris Brown ugly. No, the dude is fine. But does that rouse me up, especially if I'm in a relationship with somebody? No, not for real. But I can just see how it is challenging, though. I'm not making excuses for anybody. That's not an excuse, and don't try to take this and run with it and misconstrue what I'm talking about. I'm just saying I do understand how it's challenging for people to choose to settle down with one person. I am not promoting having multiple partners. I am not promoting polygamy. Never that. Never, 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 ever that. So don't ever say you got that from my channel. I am just saying, in general, I do see how it can take a long time for some people to mature, to be able to say, hey, this is the one. Let me settle down. Let me get married. Let's get married. Meet me at the altar in your white dress. We ain't getting no younger. You might as well do it. We might as well do it. But yeah, so I don't know what's going on, y'all, but the mic is on. The mic is on. No, but for real, but I'm just like, y'all are so tremendously blessed if y'all are married, like black women and black men, and y'all are married to each other. Now that I will promote. Black love, okay? Let's be clear. And do. And that's what I promote and do. But anyway, so I can see why it may take some dudes a lot longer to mature and develop and to say, hey, listen, because it is some beautiful black people in this world. Like, black people are just amazingly, ridiculously beautiful. And then as a whole, we are just, as a collective, oh, we just the stuff. We just the stuff. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? Do you understand? We just the stuff. So I had, again, all in all, just, like I said, the amount of love that was shown on that campus yesterday, the amount of men, and this is not being arrogant, this is being honest, the amount of men that stopped each and every last one of us. It was 3 of us, 3 girls. And even when we were with the dudes that they linked up with or whatever, from the same conference, that they all from St. Louis, so they all flew out together or whatever. But like I said, the dudes got there earlier, the girls came a little bit later so they can spend time getting dressed. But even them, they were fine. I was like, ooh. And they engineers, all of them, man, what? So to let y'all know, we smart as all outdoors, and we can do anything we put our mind to. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Man, what? I was just like, this is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. And then to be at a college knowing that they're getting education, knowing that they need a good education to get or to become successful, that's even more beautiful. Like, it's just amazing to know and to see and to witness, like, God's work in black people, and to just know that black people are not dumb. Black people are not ignorant. Black people are not what the news portray us to be every single day. Not all of us are killers. Not all of us are murderers. Not all of us are robbers. Not all of us are bad people. So to just see us in that light, it was so beautiful, and it was so uplifting and inspiring and aspirational and just motivating and humbling and just all of the great things above, like all of the above when it comes to greatness and great things, referring to or relating to our people. So, I mean, man, it was beautiful. And it's so crazy, y'all, because my aunts begged me, all of my aunts on my mama's side, they begged me to go to FAMU because if y'all don't know, which y'all should know by now, but For the people who are new watching this channel, my mom is born and raised in Miami, probably about a few minutes shy from Miami-Dade. I have family members who were officers out there, were on the SWAT team, all kind of stuff. Some that same family member, the same relative, still lives out there, but she's retired now. Her and her husband, they were both in SWAT. And they all begged me to go to FAMU. All of my aunts graduated from FAMU except for one. She did like a double school. I don't really know how that works, but in Florida you can do that. So if you don't have certain courses that you need and they don't offer those at FAMU, you can go to like Florida State University, or you can go to Florida International. So she was taking courses I think it was Florida International and FAMU, or it was FSU and Florida International, where she was taking collective classes. I can't recall verbatim, but it was one of them schools, and they begged me to go to FAMU, and I did not go, and I could kick myself in the butt. I always say if I could do it all over again, I probably still wouldn't choose FAMU, but I would definitely debate between TSU and Prairie View. But yeah, but they begged me to go to FAMU to get that HBCU experience, and I was just no. And so I ended up going to MSU, and now every time homecoming season come around, I'm like, man, to have experienced that for all 4 years of my collegiate career, that would have been amazing. I probably would have been married by now, y'all. I probably would have been married. The way that them black brothers were approaching the black sisters, honey, it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. Then this one guy cracked me up because I ran into him. He was like, I have to stop you. I'm so sorry. I have to stop you. You are so beautiful. And then I ran into him again, and I tapped him. I said, why I keep running into you? He was like, because you're beautiful, and I don't know why you playing. You need to give me your number. And I was just like, oh my goodness. I was like, in my head, baby, I'm probably 3 times your age. It's nothing I can do for you, and there's surely nothing you can do for me. In my head, that's what I said. I'm like, baby, keep it moving, baby. Little do you know, I look like I'm 19, 20. I'm 34, going on 35 in January. In my head, that's what I'm saying. Baby, y'all, none of y'all can probably do nothing for me. And then, but honey, when I say, regardless, it was so beautiful to see. I mean, they complimented you from left to right. And then one guy, he grabbed my hand. He was like, I would be dumb not to stop and compliment you on your smile. He was like, you have the most beautiful smile. Can I please get your number? I'm like, yeah, sure. No, first he tried to play me and ask me for my Instagram. And I said, I don't do Instagram. What is this Instagram thing nowadays with y'all's generation? I said, I don't do that. I said, would you like my number? And he was like, yeah, please go ahead and put me in. Because, baby, I know the whole Instagram game. Like, first of all, you kind of insulted me for real, but I'm going to let you slide. And anyway, I don't really care because I'm going to block you because you're not really my type. You're not ugly, but you're not my type. I know exactly what I want. I know exactly what I'm looking for, and you're not my type. So that's what I'm saying in my head. I'm not rude, y'all. Of course, I didn't say that out loud, but common sense ain't so common, so I gotta specify every little thing. But yeah, so I was like, child, anyway, I just wanted the satisfaction of like, you're not getting on Instagram and grow up and learn how to get people's number. But anyways, I gave him my number, but I blocked him right when I walked off. I was like, baby, I ain't got time. And I said, you must be dating. I asked him, I said, you must be dating because now I'm about to play with you. Are you dating around? And he was like, yeah. I said, so that's all you had to say? You don't have to ask for my Instagram. I said, I'm a big girl. I'm a grown woman. I can handle it. And I said, but you take care. Have fun. Date around. Enjoy yourself. And maybe I'll see you again while we walk around. But I didn't end up seeing him again. I ended up seeing this other guy again. And that's the one who's talking, because you need to give me your number, blah, blah. Boy, bye. But I'm saying like the mannerism and the aura, the energy that everybody gave off, they were so concerning. They were so thoughtful. They were so mannerable, polite, respectful. I'm like, baby, these are not the men that they portray on Instagram, on fake life. In real life, you have some good black men that's still out here. And I know even me, I joked about how it was pee in the dating pool. But it's going to be pee in the dating pool if you're putting yourself in situations or in environments and atmospheres that give you pee. Now, I was just walking to the tea shop and ran into a douche bag. Like, you know, that is what it is. Who would think you would run into a douchebag at a tea shop? And he got full of himself thinking a doctorate was going to have me hanging in there. First of all, sir, you're not my type. First of all, we meet head and head. So, like, you can do nothing for me. I don't feel protected. I don't feel safe in your arms. Doctorate degree or not, you ain't for me. So, for you to try to act how you was acting, baby, you not even worth putting up with all this. And even if you were worth putting up with all this, I still wouldn't put up with all of that. Not no dude ain't about to drive me down no wrong path. Got my mind all flabbergasted going everywhere. And I think not. I will block, delete, forget about you in a jiffy, poo. If you think, if the thought even think that you about to play with me like that. Bye. But anyway, so I'm just like, yeah, you can go to decent places and still meet douchebags. You just block them and keep moving. Go about your way. Don't let that discourage you. And I'm also talking to myself too. Like, don't let that discourage you from still getting back out there. Because I don't be intentionally looking. I just be literally going places. And I'm just like, I just be wanting to enjoy the vibe and enjoy my people and enjoy being out and about again. My intention is not to, oh, today I'm going to find my husband. I do not care about that. I got so much other stuff going on. People tell me all the time, girl, you're going to find your husband when you're not even thinking about it. And I truly believe that because I never think about it when I'm out and about. I just be like, oh, this is cool. I want to see who I can meet, like make connections and talk to and just have fun, have a good time, enjoy the vibes, man. So that's always my intention. It's never to, oh, I'm gonna get married. Who I'm gonna get married to today? Ooh, who I'm gonna hook up with today? As far as like giving them my number, exchanging my numbers and stuff like that. I'm not that kind of girl. It's just not in me. I'm not. And I'm not going to approach you unless you got to approach me first. I'm very traditional and I don't care what nobody say about it. Now, if you want to approach me in a way where you start joking or doing something like that, then I will push back. Like I would like push towards you and I'll joke back and you can see my personality and stuff like that. But you have to really be funny. Like you have to really be like cool and on some like natural, genuine, cool, chill vibes. Don't force yourself because I'm gonna realize that you're forcing yourself and it's gonna be a no-go before it even go. So yeah, I'm just like, man, it was so beautiful. I mean, the AKA who I was with and her cousin, who's in the process, well, her cousin, and she ended up finding an alpha, and she was like frat, because that's a frat brother in Divine Nine world, right? It's AKAs and Alpha, Phi Alpha, and then it's Zetas and Phi Beta Sigma, then it's Deltas and Omega Psi Phi. So those are their sisters and brothers in sorority life, right? And so she was like, frat. She was like, you're an Alpha. And she was like, can you please guide us to the Alpha tent? After 2 years later, no, 2 hours later though, for real, we finally found somebody. She's like, can you guide us to the Alpha fraternity tent? And so he was like, yeah, I got y'all, come on. And he was like, y'all not too far, because he had just walked away from it, trying to circle his way around the block and see everywhere else on the campus and what everything else was going on the campus. So we ended up running to him and he walked us. Honey, we got stopped. She ended up getting stopped by a guy. And we stopped with her, and he was like, he was looking around like he was almost like freaking out that he didn't see us. And this is somebody who just met us to try to guide us to the tent. And I was just like, that was the cutest thing. He was very much mature, very much a man. Okay, I'm like, he was a whole black, beautiful man, honey. Swagger was on point. I'm like, see, these alphas know how to carry themselves. Something about them, something about them men, and they just know how to put them clothes on, okay? Come with your hair nice and cleanly done, your dreads fresh and clean, twisted up nice with the edge up in the front. Shout out to the alphas, A5A, shout out to y'all, because y'all had that. And then the tent, y'all tent was crazy. It was about 5 tents. It was one huge tent, and then on the side of that, about 3 other tents, because it was just so overloaded with people. They had extra tents, like the overflow of tents. So it was just such an amazing and beautiful time. I mean, y'all, that boy stopped and he was just like, well, y'all, I said, we right here. He's like, man, don't y'all be doing that. And I was like, you good. We right here. Just wait for us. And so what happened? What else happened? He waited for us. he was like, man, he was like, y'all can't be doing that. But it was just the fact that he even started to think like, okay, even though I just met these black sisters, like even though I just met them, he felt instantly like responsible for our well-being. And I just thought that was so dope. I thought that was extremely beautiful. I was just like, he is so cute. And then one of the other girls, because they were actually cousins, the two girls, the AKA and the other girl, they were cousins. And the cousin, she was like, not the AKA but the other one, she was like, how old are you? Like, look, after he did that and stopped and was really concerned, she was, how old are you? Go ahead, put your Mac down, girl. And he was like, baby, I'm old. And she's talking about, what's old? He said, I'm 32. And to me, I said, oh, you a baby. He told me, son, how old are you? I said, 34. He told me, girl, you good? I was like, you talking about you old and I'm older than you. He talking about, man, you good, you look good. He talking about, but I look old. I'm like, no, you do not. You look. He looked so good. He was trying to be humble, baby. You know you look good. Clean cut. Oh, he was so cute. His little freckles, light skin. He was so cute. He was so handsome. I was just like, oh my goodness. And he guided us all the way to the tent. And then he was like, y'all good? Y'all need anything else? I was like, nah. He was like, all right, I'm about to go make my little rounds. See what else going on the campus. He was like, go ahead, have fun, enjoy yourself. But y'all, it was so amazing. It was such a beautiful thing to witness. It was so dope. I had so much fun. I was just, again, overall blown away with the hospitality and the Southern gentlemanness that they exuded. And man, I mean, like, compliments. I got compliments on my smile so many times. I can't even keep counting, not gonna lie. By the grace of God, thank you. It's genetics. Everybody, one of my coordinator earlier this week, she asked me if I ever had braces or Invisalign because my teeth were so straight. I was like, nope. And nobody ever believed me, honey. I love how people ask me something and then I give them the truth and then they tell me I'm lying. Girl, who do you think you are to where I have to lie to you? How people be telling me, ask me a question and I tell them and they don't believe me. I'm sorry God gave me straight teeth. Why you think I gotta lie to you about having straight teeth naturally? No, I didn't have no Invisalign, girl. If I had it, I would have told you. That's not my case. That's not my story. But anyway, so yes, I got a lot of compliments about my smile and my teeth, and they were like, oh, I like your hair. I was like, thank you, baby. I like it too. Y'all know I'm manifesting my hair looking like this. This is crochet. So no, my hair ain't grow like this overnight. I wish it did because, baby, I would be slaying for real all day, every day, and I would wear it just like this. But this is crochet. My natural hair is braided. This is for my real hair to stay healthy and for me to keep my hands out of it and stop struggling with which style I'm gonna do today because I'm tired of putting it in a bun. A lot of dudes actually complimented me on my hair because they love the natural hair. Everybody be trying to put these sew-ins and this and that, trying to get all these inches. They actually love natural hair. They thought this was my natural hair. It will be. It will be. Praise Jesus. We manifesting it, right? But right now it's not. But honey, I was amazed at the amount of compliments that I got from black men who were like, your hair is beautiful. Your hair is, because they don't be knowing no better, child. But I was like, thank you. And it was just an overflow of just like gratefulness and gratitude and beautifulness. So I just had to share that. But yeah, don't believe social media. Don't get discouraged by social media. Don't get drained. Don't get down. Don't get depressed. Don't get sad because you see this black man with this Chinese girl, or this black man with this Spanish girl, or this black man with this white girl, or whatever. Because in real life, it's more black on black love than you think. It's more black men and black women relationships than you think, than you can even imagine. And even on the campus, you had people holding hands. You had black women and black men holding hands, walking around as a couple. Amongst all those beautiful people, they was walking around with confidence as a couple, like, yeah, that's mine. Amongst all y'all who I could have chose from, this is who I chose. So I was just like, man, I love it. I love it. And the Lord knows that I needed to see that. He always knows when I need to see it, when the little inkling starts to get a little bit discouraged. He knows, like, I needed that, and I do need that often. So I have to start putting myself back in environments and places and atmospheres where I can observe that and see that often, so I can always be reminded that this does exist. Like, stop doubting, stop saying that there's pee in the dating pool, because it's really some beautiful black respectful men out there. And the ones who you think are the most handsome, You would think they would be stuck up and stuff like that. Man, they were the most down-to-earth ones. I was just like, man, this is amazing. Like, this is amazing. Tell me something and prove me wrong, then shut my mouth, shut me up. But, man, I can't stress it enough. You got to go to an HBCU homecoming. I don't even care if you ain't graduate from there. You got to go to an HBCU homecoming to see the reality of blackness, the full reality of blackness, of black love, of black excellence, black greatness, black joy, black happiness, black excitement, black litness. Like, man, what a sight to see. So freaking beautiful. Man, so fun. So I'm just glad we all made it to and from safe and sound. I'm glad that God had his hands on everything around me and that he allowed my angels to also be there to guide and protect me as well. And I'm just so grateful. I'm so thankful. And I just really enjoyed that experience. Black people are an experience. And I put that on my story on Instagram as well. Black people are the true experience of life, man. We are the experience. And I said, let me clarify that. We are not the experiment. We are not the experiment. We are the epitome of a great experience. And we were created in beautiful, greatness and excellence. Point blank, period. And nobody can tell me nothing about my people. Do y'all still get on my nerves sometimes? Absolutely. Do y'all still are negative Nancy most of the time on the internet? Absolutely. But in reality, what I witnessed yesterday on that Saturday, I just love y'all. My heart gets warm every time just being in the midst of my people. I just love it. And I get so heartbroken when I do see ignorant stuff on the internet where we're fighting each other and going against each other, but we'll take up for a white person quick, fast, in a hurry on the internet, but beef with each other. It breaks my heart because I'm like, this is not our reality though. Like, this is internet crap. This is not our reality. It may be some black people reality. No culture is perfect. You got some ignorant stuff going on in white culture. You got some ignorant stuff going on in the Asian culture. You got some ignorant stuff going on in the Indian culture. You got ignorant stuff going on in the black culture. It's not just the black culture, but we are the only ones who are portrayed as such. We are the only ones that are portrayed as such. And that's what we have to be cautious about. That's what we have to wake up and realize so that we can reduce and minimize the foolishness. Because in real life, it's not all what the internet try to make it seem. It's not all bad. I mean, it was just beautiful yesterday. I just can't stress it enough. It was just beautiful. You just have to be there to witness it for yourself, to witness it in real life. I mean, beautiful. But okay, y'all, love y'all much. Mean it. Talk to y'all whenever I'm able to talk to y'all again. Your girl be busy. Like, my days are from 4 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. 4 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. It's a mess. It's a mess. But I'm still adjusting. I'm still trying to get a hold of it and make it do what it do. But okay, y'all take care, be safe, love each other, communicate positively, positive communication. Communicate greatly on high levels with one another, not low levels, not low vibrations, high levels, and be great. Go out and be great in this world. Don't be selfish, be selfless, and give, be active, get involved in your community. Just do for others, and watch how God works. Watch how he blesses you. Watch how he guides you. Watch how he moves. Just watch how he moves in your life, and you'll see change. But all right, y'all, let me go ahead and get up out of here. Talk to y'all later. Much love. Be blessed. Bye.
DJ T, nigga, pop your shit, nigga. What we doing, nigga? We can get started, nigga.